So before Financial Peace started, I would say I was pretty comfortable in my finances, but I wasn't really living free. I was tethered to that idea that I was just always going to have debt. I'm always going to have loans. I'm going to have credit card debt, and it's something you just pay off over time. But the concept of even like having a plan put together, having a budget put together, or anything like that, I was kind of going with the flow. That's where I was 12 weeks ago when Financial Peace started. Yeah, so coming into it the first couple of weeks, I was excited for the journey because I'd actually taken Financial Peace before, but I hadn't taken it seriously. I was kind of going through the motions, and so I knew that if I put it into practice, it would work. So going the first couple of weeks, learning about the debt snowball and just actually putting a plan into place and putting a budget into place, sticking to it, was something that I said to myself, okay, let's do this for real, and let's actually take the steps that you've read before. And one of those steps was actually cutting up 2 credit cards. And I tell you what, there was like a part of me that hurt when I did it, but I'm so glad I did because that actually began the snowball effect of me realizing how much I used them instinctively, right? So now that they weren't there in the picture anymore, I had to rely on the cash that I had to rely on my debit card. There was no that easy access. Oh, let me just buy that online. And it really began the journey for me, just like getting out of these habits that I've had for so long. Experiencing like my first win, so paying off one of my first smaller pieces of debt and then taking all of that and applying it to the next, like that reinforced that, hey, this is working. And seeing my Credit Karma and seeing all the apps that I have, like seeing the numbers change, I was like, oh, okay, there's growth, there's progress. So that early win really galvanized me to start actually doing more and spending more money towards paying down the debt versus spending money just because I had the money and telling the money where to go. And over time, this began this cycle of like, okay, you have a plan in place, you know where your money's going, and now you know, okay, I'm gonna take this money that was paying down for a debt before, putting it all towards the next thing, and little by little, I started seeing, the effects, and it felt good. Yeah, where am I now? So at the end of FPU, since day one to now, it's amazing to say, I've paid off $13,000 in debt. And this is from student loans, from credit cards, and just like actually looking at it and taking it seriously and having that gazelle-like mentality of running away from this. Being frugal how I spent my money, but also looking at my money differently is how I've gotten this point. And one of the things that stuck for me was realizing this is it's not my own money, right? I'm just a steward of God's money. He's the one that gave me the job. He's the one that gave me the finances. He's the one that gave me the opportunities. He's the one that opened the doors for me. And it's my responsibility as a disciple of his to just give it back to him, what's due to him, number one, but also free up the opportunities for me to do what he wants me to do through my finances. And so for me, having, this amount not hang over me enables me now to just give to others the way I know I should be giving. And also one really big thing for me was able to just bless people just because God put it in my heart to. And being able to do so without having this oh, but I got that bill waiting at home. It's just, I don't know, I'm living the life that I know that God wanted me to live now.